Hello, Condors. This is your dream seed for Stillway of the Bee Queen. One card out of two in the draw for this cycle. So the two cards that I drew for you, Void of the Genies, and I will put up the keys very soon for Void of the Genies and for Stillway of the Bee Queen. But this is your dream seed for Stillway. And I guess I'll just talk a bit about the feeling within that card for me. And it has to do with singing of those who do not hold bodies, not physical bodies. And there's a lot that can be said about the song. You know, a lot of people talk about the song that underpins everything that lives and moves and, you know, even things that we would not consider as being alive are still animated with a song. And what makes a thing or a being what it is depends on the song that is singing it. If that makes any kind of sense, I don't know. This is a very strange medium for me. So I'm just gonna keep fumbling along. So one of the parts of the dream seed within Stillway of the Bee Queen is being able to hear this invisible song. And I have had the incredible and humbling opportunity a few times over the past 5 or 6 years to actually hear some of this singing. Some people might say it's the ancestors singing, or it's the plants singing, the stars singing, the trees. I don't know. I don't know what they were. I have a feeling that each time it was a different grouping. But I'm just going to talk about this this one time where I was in Tennessee at a gathering, and it had been a beautiful 4 or 5 days, I guess. And towards the end of it, you know, we'd been in ritual, and after we had closed the space and closed the fire, you know, there was just so many different kinds of emotion. And there had already been lots of singing, lots of drumming and sharing, and I was feeling pretty burnt out, if I'm remembering correctly. I was just like, I was so frazzled and so full, and so jumbled up with all these new things, because it had taken me out of this range of emotion that I'm used to, and had just kind of blown the doors open to all these different ways of feeling. And so anyway, I just kind of wandered off away from everybody by myself. And I stood on the edge of this cliff, kind of overlooking a valley, and there's all these trees, and you could just kind of see mountains beyond that, these rolling hills. And I started singing, and at first I was singing a song that I knew, and that felt really good. And then all of a sudden I heard this other melody that I felt was being gifted to me, I guess, or I was given the opportunity to hear a piece of. And so I started singing this melody that just kind of arrived in my head. And I don't consider myself to be a musician. I mean, I sing, but I don't write songs. And so this felt like it came from somewhere outside of me, and that it was a song that was already in existence, or a piece of a song or something. So anyway, I started singing this melody, and it was just it was really simple, but the way that it was combined, I was like, oh, that sounds really good. Another evidence that it is not something that I have created. And so I sang it, and I was singing just kind of on my own for a while. And then all of a sudden I felt like um, I expanded, or I don't even know what it was. I just felt so much bigger than myself, or outside of my scope of awareness. Maybe it was a feeling of disembodiment. I don't know, out of body. But I was certainly still in my body, still in the place that I was. And when I expanded into this state, I heard all these other voices singing that same melody with me. And in addition, it was so many harmonies. Like, I couldn't even begin to break apart the different layers of harmonies of this song. And it was really like, even talking about it makes me feel weepy. Like, it was such a blessing, and to be dropped into this place of sharing a song, or hearing a song come through that was already happening. And for whatever reason, I was able to become aware of it. And it felt like it was a gifted healing song. And I have used it a couple times in session with people, but not too often, because of the emotional response from me. And I don't know, that's something to think about. And so is there a moral to the story? Are there morals to stories? I don't know. Maybe sometimes. But maybe I'll just leave it at that for now. And yeah, I don't know. I find that this possibility very comforting and reassuring, and inspiring and humbling and exciting, and sometimes gluttonous. I mean, that I would love to be in positions where I could be a part of that sort of sharing again. And I don't know, who knows, those things are fleeting. Maybe they aren't fleeting, but like, what I'm able to be a part of is fleeting, like what I'm able to withstand, because it did alter me. And each time that I have been able to hear this mostly inaudible singing, it has altered me. It's scrambled my everything. It's like very strange and wonderful and beautiful and haunting and scary in this lovely way. And I don't know, we as humans just, it's not really for us to hear it all the time, but it is there. So I hope you've enjoyed my fumbling attempt to share, not in a written form, which is completely outside of my comfort zone. But anyway, more later.